Scientists are increasingly studying the aging phenomenon at the molecular and cellular level. Singaporean scientists have developed and tested a method to extend lifespan by 25%. It was given the unusual name Grandma Supermodel. This treatment not only increases the number of years lived, but also extends the period of healthy life. To put it simply, a 50-year-old person would feel like they're 30. I'll explain how this treatment works and how each of us can extend our lives. Initially, the lab mice receiving this drug were given this name due to their youthful appearance. But let's start from the beginning. A team of scientists from Duke NUS Medical School in Singapore prepared mice at 75 weeks of age, equivalent to 55 human years, and divided them into two groups. Mice in the first group started receiving a special drug that blocked the interleukin-11 protein. The second group didn't receive any medication. The rodents were fed and housed in exactly the same way. However, it soon became apparent that the mice receiving the drug looked noticeably younger. As a result, the treated mice lived for 155 weeks, while those not given the experimental drug only lived for 120 weeks. In the video, you can see that the mice on the right have turned gray, while the mice on the left have retained their black fur and are more active. Throughout the experiment, the mice in the first group were healthier, stronger, and more resilient. They were much less likely to develop cancer than their peers in the second group. The drug hasn't been tested on humans yet, but it has already been tested on living human tissues with similar results. Scientists have strong reasons to believe that this invention can indeed prolong health and life by reducing the physiological signs of aging and preventing age-related diseases. Moreover, the experimental drug has no side effects. One of the scientists has already expressed willingness to test it on himself. Now we'll try to explain, without delving too deep into biochemistry, how this remedy for aging and diseases works. Scientists have discovered that our aging and age-related diseases are driven by a small signaling protein called interleukin-11. This molecule is released in response to inflammation and tissue damage. Interleukin-11 functions as a communication medium between cells. In other words, it transmits instructions about what the cell should do, such as participate in an inflammatory process. Of course, there's nothing superfluous in the body. We need interleukin-11, especially in childhood. But as we age, it's secreted in larger and larger quantities and starts to harm rather than help. It provokes chronic inflammation, metabolic disorders, muscle atrophy, and weakness. Chronic inflammation is particularly harmful because it accelerates the aging process and underlies most known age-related diseases. Imagine that interleukin-11 is a small ignition key and your cell is a big car. You can use a small key to start the car, but it must at least go into the ignition switch to do so. In our case, the lock is a receptor on the cell surface. Once interleukin fits into the receptor, it activates the cell, instantly triggering a complex process that leads to the activation of genes responsible for inflammatory and age-related processes. The Grandma Supermodel drug contains neutralizing antibodies, protein particles that bind to interleukin-11 and block its ability to attach to the cell surface receptor. Simply put, the drug damages the ignition keys, and they can no longer trigger age-related and pathological processes in our cells. Although scientists are enthusiastic, the drug hasn't been tested on humans yet. But we don't necessarily have to wait for an anti-aging pill to appear. Certain lifestyle changes can also neutralize interleukin-11. Enrich your diet with the following nutrients. Omega-3 fatty acids. They are abundant in fatty fish, walnuts, flax seeds, flaxseed oil, and sprouted wheat. Omega-3s reduce the secretion of interleukin-11 and also keep cell membranes healthy. Antioxidants. They are found in plant foods such as berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, rowan berries, currants, pomegranate, cranberries, grapes, fruits, apples, plums, cherries, vegetables, red cabbage, kale, red beans, beets, spinach, artichokes, nuts, walnuts, pecans, Brazil nuts, as well as dark chocolate, prunes, cocoa, and green tea. Antioxidants neutralize free radicals, reducing oxidative stress, which leads to the production of interleukin-11. Additionally, antioxidants protect DNA from damage and mutations. Vitamins. Enrich your diet with sources of vitamin C, such as citrus fruits, kiwi, tomatoes, sweet peppers, leafy vegetables, rose hips, and black currants. Ascorbic acid is essential for collagen synthesis and supporting immune function, which promotes tissue healing and reduces inflammation. Vitamin A, found in green and yellow vegetables, fish oil, and dairy products, also has anti-aging effects. It regulates cell growth and differentiation, keeping skin and mucous membranes healthy, which reduces the likelihood of chronic inflammation. Be physically active. Moderate physical activity, such as walking at a moderate pace for 40 minutes a day, improves circulation, which helps remove inflammatory cytokines and waste products from tissues. It also stimulates the production of anti-inflammatory mediators that reduce interleukin-11 production. Control stress. Chronic stress lowers immunity, causes illness, and premature aging. It increases levels of cortisol and other stress hormones that stimulate inflammatory processes. Monitor the quality of your sleep. Poor sleep quality leads to increased levels of interleukin-11. Quality sleep promotes cell and tissue repair, which reduces inflammatory protein levels. The optimal sleep duration for an adult is 7 to 8 hours per night. It's also important to go to sleep on time. The period from 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. is when the body undergoes a complete reset. The value of sleep is at its highest during this time frame. Give up harmful habits. Smoking and excessive alcohol consumption cause chronic inflammation and tissue damage, which increases interleukin production by 11 times. Let's sum up. A remedy that extends life and health has been found, but until it appears in pharmacies, it's not worth waiting for a magic pill to combat aging. For now, it's wisest to focus on natural methods of prolonging life and health.
This content is for informational and educational purposes only. Consult with a doctor or healthcare professional before following any recommendations provided in this video. Tell us about your experience in the comments and subscribe to our channel.